goody, Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back again with a brand new video. And I'm gonna keep it a Bowberry biscuit. It feels real good to be 2-0. It feels very, very good to be 2-0. But do you know what would feel even better? Do you know what would feel even better? Ooh, being 3-0. And the Panthers have a chance to be just that this upcoming Thursday when we go up, or I guess down, to Houston and play the Texans. And I'm going to keep it as real as I can and try to keep it as respectful as possible. But this is a game the Panthers absolutely need to win. This is a legitimacy check. Jets first, okay. Saints minus some coaches and players, okay. You cannot go out here and lose to the Texans. We need to win this game. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. And I think we are definitely in a great position to do just that. Let me talk to you about the number of reasons why this Panthers team should have no problem. Should have absolutely no problem running over this Texans team. First off, no Deshaun Watson. We all know the first 2 weeks he was inactive. We see Tyrod Taylor go down once again. Tyrod Taylor, I don't know. He's not like Brock Osweiler. But at this point, the man just gets money and more money to show up for the first couple weeks, get hurt, and collect that contract money. That paycheck does keep coming in for Tyrod. I don't know how he does it. He works magic somehow or another. But like clockwork, very early on in the season, he will get hurt. Will it be the team doctor sticking him in the appendix or wherever it was? Or the lungs? Who knows? Will it be him just stepping too hard, going on a touchdown run on the right side of the end zone? Who knows? But some way or another, Tyrod Taylor will find a way to get out of playing NFL football games. But he will get paid. There will be no Tyrod Taylor. He is day-to-day, got an MRI. There will be no Deshaun Watson. So who will be the Texans quarterback Thursday night? Davis Mills. Davis Mills is a rookie third-round pick guy who honestly should have been a day 3 pick. If more quarterbacks did not stay in college this past season, or I guess this upcoming year, Davis Mills would have been a day 3 quarterback. And there's a lot of reasons to believe this. I mean, he only started 13 games in college, didn't really have great stats. He's one of the biggest names coming out of high school and literally never lived up to it. I mean, his stats in college were just really not great at all. Like I said, played 13 games, played only 5 his past year at Stanford. They had a shortened season, sure, but still, honestly. In his last year at Stanford, he was 129 for 195, 1,500 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. That was 129 completions. His running back had 126 rushes for 550 and 9 touchdowns. So you understand it was basically 50-50, and it was mainly the running back's job to get that offense going. And Davis Mills is a quarterback who has all the right, I guess, measurables. He had the prototypical kind of body coming out of college, but it's mostly potential for him. Coming out of college, it was mainly potential because he's not very athletic, not very mobile. He has a big arm, but his throws come late and he stares down his receivers numerous times. And that's how he got picked off just 2 days ago against the Browns. He is a developmental quarterback who did need maybe a year. I don't want to say 2 years, but at least 1 year. He's one of those guys who was not drafted to be ready to play this season. Kind of like Will Greer. That's a dead horse. Not going to beat it. Davis Mills is not NFL ready. Yes, this past week he did go, 8 for 18, 100 plus yards, touchdown, and an interception. That is cool. Okay? That's cool. End of the day, he's not going to be ready for this Panthers pass rush we have. Our front 7 is absolutely demonic. Morgan Fox, a guy that I was surprised to see will get the start over YGM, has come up really big, especially last week versus the Saints. And I said his name first to make you say, wait a minute. How you gonna say Morgan Fox's name first when you got Brian Burns on the other side? I'm saying his name first because look, when you think about Brian Burns, you know what you're gonna get. He gonna get there. He gonna spin around and he gonna get there. No one ever expects Morgan Fox. Oh no, they don't expect Morgan Fox. He gonna bring that pressure. We got some big boys on the interior of that D-line. And then you gotta say, hold up. Wait a minute. They got Shaq Thompson wearing number 7 now. Shaq Thompson wearing number 7 is a completely different monster than we have seen him over the past 2 years. But it's not just him. We also have Hassan Reddick, who's been going crazy as well. We've been out there with a lot more defensive backs lately, and we just have a lot more speed, a lot more ability to cover. But let's be honest about our defensive backs. Come on now. We got J.C. Horn. We got Dante looking the best he ever has. Consistent, willing to tackle at the right place at the right time, not just guarding grass. Then you got Justin Burris, the guy that I believed would have been cut during the offseason because of his contract. Justin Burris is a monster. And then Jeremy Chin. You know what Jeremy Chin be doing out there, right? He is continuing to be a force on the defense. There's no possible way you could ever convince me that Davis Mills is going to have a good time against those 11 players on the field. It just cannot happen. Yes, they've only allowed 2 sacks so far this season. And yes, I'll even say it. The Texans' O-line is not bad. Their O-line is not bad. But they ain't played this defense yet. They have not played this Panthers defense that is tenacious and wants to hurt somebody. And with the weapons he has, he really don't got much help at all. We know what Brandon Cooks can do. He is their best receiver by far. Then you got guys like Danny Amendola, Pharaoh Brown, the tight end. You got Nico Collins. You got Chris Conley. That's cool. I understand that. Look, Brandon Cooks has 21 targets this season. The next closest is Danny Amendola and I think Pharaoh Brown, the tight end, with 6 each. Pretty sure Nico Collins is not going to be in the game. That is another guy, I think he's one with 4 targets so far this year. But that is one less weapon for a quarterback who gonna need some weapons. And I know, look, I already understand the Browns knew that the Texans were going to come out running the ball early and often. We know the Texans are going to come out running the ball early and often, but this is not the Panthers from last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. You're sensing the pattern here of not being able to stop the run. We can do that. And look, we all understand the Texans do have a 3-headed beast, a 3-headed monster with the likes of Mark Ingram, Philip Lindsay, and David Johnson, who they acquired in a horrible trade. I don't know what they were thinking of picking up David Johnson. He hasn't really been a big factor, honestly. And Mark Ingram is obviously the bell cow here with the most carries on the team, but he can't catch. He is a one-trick pony. He can only run. He is within the tackles. So Philip Lindsay is more of a speed guy. He can catch. There's David Johnson, I don't know, trying to redeem that 1 year he had where he was actually halfway decent. I don't know what he's doing, honestly, but you know the Texans are going to run, not only because they have so many options in the run game, but because they literally only can run. They don't have receivers, have no tight ends. They don't even have a quarterback. And when you're going up against the top-ranked defensive team in the National Football League, you have to find some way to make things work. Oh yeah, top-ranked defense in the National Football League that has not allowed a single score in their first half. That's 4 quarters. Where we have not allowed teams to score, I don't see the Texans being the first. I know Zach Wilson was not good. Jameis Winston is not good. Those 2 quarterbacks are way better than Davis. Way better than Davis Mills. It is what it is. I think that streak holds on. Phil Snow has looked amazing. I said it last year. The dude is great at adjusting. He has better options to have on his field now, so he looks even better. But Phil Snow, even last year, even when we were losing games, it wasn't because of the defense. It wasn't because of the defense. He had immaculate ability to see what was going on in the field and then adjust. Something we did not see very much of when Ron Rivera was the head coach for the Panthers. And speaking of defensive coaches and adjustments and pedigree, who was the defensive coordinator for the Texans? Who's going to stop our offense with Sam Darnold looking immaculate? C-Mac. He's getting a lot of targets. He's getting a lot of touches. Too many for my liking. He's got like 30 in the last 2 games. Need to bring that down to 23. We need Chuba Hubbard to look a lot better. Need our run blocking to look a little bit better as well. I think pass pros looked amazing. And I know I've had my questions about the guys out there and the O-line in general. We've played pretty well against the Jets and the Saints. But what I want to see is consistency and health. And speaking about that, Pat Elflein will not be playing on Thursday. Once again, it will be Dennis Daly. Want to see how long he can hold up. But as of right now, like I said, pass pro looks good. Run blocking needs to be... We gotta get something. because it looks like teams are figuring out C-Mac in the second half of our games, and Chuba hasn't really had a real breakout yet. I really want C-Mac to have less touches, but that means that Chuba needs to be a bigger factor on the offense. As far as receivers go, we have too many weapons. We got so many weapons. Bro, we have even Brandon Zylstra. We have Dan Arnold coming through, being highlight players. Before you even get to Robbie Anderson, DJ, Timar. I mean, bro, C-Mac also doing what he do in the pass game. We have a ton of options. So you tell me defensive coordinator Lovie Smith is stopping Joe Brady and the offense we have on the field? Lovie Smith, who honestly, before I did my research for the video, I forgot he was even the DC for the Texans. Last I checked, I was like, wait, wasn't Lovie Smith in college? Wasn't he coaching some random team in college? Had to look it up. Had to let you know. This man was coaching the Fighting Illini at Illinois. And while he was there, this is Lovie Smith's numbers as a college head coach. First year there, 3-9. His defense was ranked 94th out of 128 in scoring. 94th out of 128. His second year there, the record was 2-10. Illinois was ranked 90th of 130 in scoring D. Third year there, they were 4-8. They were 124th out of 130 in scoring D. Fourth year there, he went 6-7. Defense was 54th out of 130. Fifth year there, he was 2-6. Defense was ranked 112th out of 128. A guy whose calling card has been defense his whole life. Went to college, had horrible defenses 5 years straight. Well, we'll call that fourth year an average defense. Let's call it average. That's the guy the Texans believe is going to stop us? Let me tell you something. That ain't going to happen. It just will not happen when you see the number of weapons we have on our field. And Sammy D has been going bonkers. Sammy D might be hey, look, if you was down with Sammy D before, watch what he does in this game. So who was going to stop this Panthers offense? I got respect for Whitney Merciless, but he's really the only guy on that front four that I actually really have a modicum of respect for. In the linebacking core, I mean, there's Christian Kirksey, but I mean, Grugier Hill. I mean, there's options there, honestly. But I'm not really worried about anyone outside of Justin Reed, who I thought was a great pickup. Desmond King. But Justin Reed is a baller. But you can just ignore him. Throw away from him. Just see where he's out in the field, key in on him and say, okay, Justin Reed, you do not get to play the game today. And you can put the pressure on other players on the Texans and say, Justin Reed, take a day off. You will not be participating. Move guys around and give him a bad matchup. Or give him the greatest matchup of all time. Let him lock someone down. And you say, look, bro, you locked him down. That's fine. Our other 6 options on the team right now are going to go dummy. Because your teammates out there ain't stopping Sammy D. They're just not going to do it. And if you're a Texans fan and you think that I'm being disrespectful to your team right now, I am not. Not at all. You're a fan of a bad team. And just like in college, feels like Davis Mills is in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Hey, bro, your first start is against these dogs, and it's going to be a rough experience. You're going to learn. You're going to learn. But you're going to wake up from it's going to be a hard lesson, okay? You're going to wake up with bruises and bumps and lacerations and contusions. I really can't tell you what it's going to be, my brother, but I can tell you it's not going to be a very fun time, my brother. I'm sorry it had to be you. I actually am sorry it had to be you. But it do. It absolutely do. I think 16-30, we probably miss an extra point. We probably miss a field goal at one point because, look, do I have to talk about how Joey Sly is 3 for 4 for field goals, missed 1 from 40 to 49, and is 7 for 7 for PATs so far? I don't really care. I don't care about kicking. I don't expect much from kickers. As 7.5 point favorites, the Panthers should cover. For sure. That's how I feel about it though, man. What are all your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And you already know what to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recognize. recommend. Count this as another win.